Go. Please, 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 please work. Cool. Alright, so on the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, if you haven't been paying attention to The Longest Journey, this is an adventure game, point and click, from 1999, and we opened up in this kind of like David Bowie's Labyrinth style fantasy world, you know, old like 80s, early 90s dark fantasy. Then woke up and found out that we're in this like I guess not post-apocalyptic, but dystopian future that this main character April lives in. We've done a lot of really silly puzzles. I think I probably did the silliest puzzle I've ever done in an adventure game. It involved a like rubber floaty duck toy and a clamp that we had to hold open, and it was a mess. Anyway, I watched the end of the previous video. We've been trying to get into this cinema to talk to this weird guy Cortez, who seems to know something about April's destiny. Thinks that her weird fantasy dreams are more than just dreams, and we had to like sabotage a fuse box to get into an alleyway next to the cinema, and that's where we last left off. So I'm actually going to take a look at my inventory since it's been a couple months since we played this. I have a cash card.
My cash card.
A toy monkey. A photograph. Piece of organic plastic. Push pin. Matchbook. A gold ring. A diary. Some candy that I used for the aforementioned puzzle to get people out of my way. Sticky candy and a fedora.
It's that detective guy's hat.
I had some help. So we'll see. We haven't done any fantasy stuff since the very, very beginning of the game. I don't know how that's going to come up later, but we've seen like a little holographic dragon at one point. Probably the closest thing. Garbage heap. This game's really well written in voice acting.
Somebody picked up the garbage. Smells like moldy caramel popcorn and bingo cherry cola. Disgusting.
Garbage.
It's a mountain of garbage.
Some exits. Fire door.
It's the theater's fire exit.
Okay, can we get in there? I had people in chat to help me with that puzzle.
There's no doorknob. It's impossible to open it from this side. It's a fire alarm and a smoke detector.
Trash can. Trash can.
Closed
Remember,
garbage bin.
trash can. Can I make it be a not closed garbage bin? Yay, opening things. Better give up and go home, right?
It's filled with a bunch of dry rags, newspapers, and a half-empty oil can. Can anybody say extreme fire hazard?
I think the game is telling me something here. But I'm going to explore the rest of this area.
It reminds me of something, but I just can't put my finger on it. I feel an uncontrollable urge to raise my hands, though.
I guess it looks like somebody holding a
The
gun.
shadow's being cast by those garbage bags.
Cool. Unless you can't enter and exit. Alright. Let's try using the matchbook on the thing that's full of fiery things.
Alright, somebody's coming.
Hails blazes, we got us a fire.
Forgot about this guy. Huh. So I clearly have to do something else. That appears like that's the right idea.
I feel like someone's staring at me.
The shadow has to be significant, right? I guess he's pointing at the door. Anything we can do to make the shadow different, maybe? Do I have to... Well, I can't, like, throw the matches from up here, right? So it only flashes if you can do something with it. Oh no, she's gonna walk down there. Alright, what can I do? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. No. Maybe we can burn the organic plastic. I don't know what the purpose of that's supposed to be just yet. Pushpin, no. Gold ring, no. None of the candies or the diary. Maybe the hat? This is like a cop's hat.
It's that detective guy's hat.
Can I like put it on the trash? I could totally put it on the trash. Nice. Okay. Alright, so that's more convincing now.
This would probably work a lot better if I opened the can first.
Oh, come on. Niceties of modern adventure games. At least we get some custom dialogue out of it, right? Alright, that should be enough to spook him this time, right?
Alright, somebody's coming.
Hey,
Yeah.
Blazes,
Keeps
we
putting the
got
fire
us
out,
a
right?
fire.
Huh. You didn't even notice it. So how can I get him to notice the shadow? Honestly, I have no idea.
Pretty convincing, if I have to say so myself. Pretty convincing.
That's gotta
if
be
I
the
have to
right
say so
idea.
myself.
Does anyone in chat have an idea? Or if you've played the game before, do you have maybe a clue? Does it require an item that I have to get somewhere else, or is it something that I can do with the current tools that are available to me? This is the area that I opened up when I made him go in to fix the marquee. I think I've done everything else that's out here, right? Yeah, we had to use the rubber glove and put a band-aid on it so we could mess with the fuse box. Something that made him look. There's nothing else for me to interact with here.
They must be really paranoid about fires in this place.
Is it something that I for sure can do now, or do I have to go find an item somewhere else? I feel like I've checked everything that's in this part of the map for now. Yeah. I mean, I have what it takes. Okay. Pushpin picture, the candy, the ring. I can't set a fire over here. The toy monkey? Just a little creepy looking.
It's Constable Guybrush.
Guybrush, of course.
It's Constable Guybrush.
Is it Constable Guybrush?
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Hands up! Spread your legs! And do the monkey!
Mildly amusing, but
Hey, you,
irritating
hands
as
up.
hell. I think I'll shut him up now.
Interesting. So are we using him, I guess?
It's Constable Guybrush. It's Constable Guybrush.
Alright, so I have an idea. I get him to say, hey you, hands up. I put on the shadow in one of the boxes or something. Oh, it is on the garbage heap. That's so goofy. So just get him to say the first part of it, I guess.
Hands up! Spread your legs! And do the monkey! Dance!
Wow. This is a pretty crazy puzzle.
Alright, somebody's coming.
Oh god, I hope they don't make us time it.
Hails blazes, we got us a fire. Now, where's that voice coming from? Show yourself. Spread your legs. And do all right there, mister. Just don't you fire that gun now, you hear? I'm sorry I chased you earlier. Freddy'll do the monkey for you right now if that's what you want.
This guy's Freddy. He's pretty great.
He'll do the monkey until you ask him to stop, I
It's like
reckon.
Bill from King of the Hill.
Yeah, you. Hands up. Spread your legs. And do the monkey.
Thanks, Freddy Mellon.
Dance.
How the hell did he get in here? Some people's Cortezes, man.
I knew you would come, sooner or later.
Oh, I should probably save, right?
Way out of here. Did you know that?
I don't know if there's a way to die in this game, but just in case.
All the time I spent trying to get into the theater, he could have just quietly walked out to meet me. I feel like kicking the guy.
There is a way out. Just not for you.
Sorry if I'm a little sniffly, folks. I'm a little under the weather this week. Try to remember to mute. I didn't do it.
They will be here soon.
You have no idea what I went through to find you. First,
Do you like movies?
You haven't
sure, who doesn't? Wait a second. I was trying to tell you that...
I don't much like modern movies myself. They're either too loud and expensive or too obscure and self-indulgent. But old movies, really old movies, have a charm and a simplicity that appeals to me.
forget about Victor Hotel.
You're a weirdo, Cortez.
Please, don't interrupt me again. It's starting to piss me off.
When I came here,
But I have never interrupted you, unless I've had something important to say, of course.
now I don't want
But go ahead. What is it you wanted to talk about?
not in here.
Why did you make me search all over the city for you?
Search for me?
Who is it?
I've been here for hours, señorita. I haven't moved. The question ought to be, what made you go out of your way to find me?
I've got these spooky dragon dreams.
There's no way out of here. Did you know that? There's no way out of Victor Hotel.
What's so appealing about old movies?
All exits just
Ah, now you're changing the subject.
back inside.
That's more my style, isn't it?
You can be annoyingly smug at times. Did you know that?
There is
Of course.
a way out.
And I apologize for being so hard to locate today, but I had to lay low for a few hours.
Does it have anything to do with the cop that was staking this place out?
Yeah. So it was a good thing I didn't stick my head out the door to look for you then, no?
He's gone now. Are you in some kind of trouble with the police? Wait, don't tell me. Immigration.
We're both gonna die.
No, señorita. Not the police. There are bigger players than the police.
What is going on in this
Don't
universe?
wanna know. I'm not getting mixed up with the mob or gangs or anything like that.
There's not much you want to be mixed up in at all, is there?
When I came here,
My life's complicated enough as it is, Mr. Cortez. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
to die. I want to
Answers.
live, but not in
You
here.
want, you need answers.
You keep telling me that, but you never give me any answers. Just more questions. Like, who's out to get you? What's going on with me? How come you know so much about me?
Sooner or later.
I plan to answer all your questions today, April.
No way out of here.
By the time you go to sleep tonight,
There's no way out.
your
of
world
Victor
will have
Hotel.
changed,
All
and
exits
nothing will ever be the same.
They just lead back inside.
You're just being
This is the guy, the
frantic
TV
again.
trope says the
It's
Cloud
like soap
Cuckoo Lander
opera
was
scenes,
right.
Lots of boring dialogue.
like a
and when they
crazy-
finally go to bed, everything's dark and covered by blankets.
You want the full Monty then?
Yeah, I like April as well. This game's really well written, presented, and voice acted.
Getting closer.
I will show you the truth.
Here
Whoa! No! Windows XP?
Why are you so
What new hardware?
reason to be happy?
Bite me! I was wondering, what were those sounds?
And why be happy?
Oh my god. No, I hate you.
Because we're both gonna
Stop.
die.
No, go away.
Everyone
Let me
dies.
play the game.
It doesn't have to be this way.
This is probably as good a place as
Virtual
any.
machines.
At least there's no one around to see.
He's showing me the truth, or showing me Windows XP.
To see what?
Stand back, señorita.
What for? What are you doing?
Why, Alice, I'm sending you through the looking glass.
Oh man. Yeah, this isn't a coaching game. What? Oh, are we gonna get to do some fantasy again?
What is that? Please tell me it's a hologram.
It's a mirror to reflect your dreams.
I don't see anything. Just light.
Oh, you have to step through.
Step through that? Oh no, I don't think so.
This is the moment of decision, April. All time, past and present, revolves around this moment. The destiny of worlds is in your hands. But you must make the choice on your own. La vida es corta. You must decide how to live it best.
I feel like I need to do it. Interestingly, so the first time we played this, I didn't play it on a virtual machine. I just tried playing it on my computer, and all the cutscenes were just black screens. They didn't load. So I never made it past the fantasy section at the beginning of the game the first time we did it. And when I did a makeup stream to try it again from scratch after getting it set up in the VM, I was really shocked to see that there was this like dystopian future that a good chunk of the game takes place in. So it's kind of fun to get back into the fantasy part of it.
All right. I'll do it.
Vamos. Enter the light.
Don't say that. It sounds too ominous. Just tell me what's gonna happen.
I would take the blue pill, man.
You're about to take the first step.
Zion
the
sucks.
longest journey of your life.
Hey, title drop.
Don't worry. I'll be waiting right here.
I must be insane to do this.
Yes. It's pretty much a given.
And the story is being told in like flashback from this weird Hansel and Gretel fantasy couple.
Oh, I almost forgot. When you're ready to come back, pay a visit to a friend of mine called Westhouse, Brian Westhouse.
It's a guy in the Dragon World named Brian Westhouse. That could be cool, sir. I'd have to think of ones that really stand out. It'd have to be games that are voice acted, right? 1999 CG.
Vaya con Dios, child. And may the balance protect you.
Is there a bunch of people in this future that are like fantasy world walkers?
Cortez? Cortez!
Some people's
I have a
books.
feeling about this. Wait, what was the name Cortez told me to remember? Westhouse?
You could hear the
Brian
capital.
Westhouse? I think
Right.
that was it. Cortez said to look him up when I wanted to go home. Well, I want to go home now. I like my outfit. It's inexpensive, but cool.
Side scrolling. This is actually a really cool level. Hey, what's up? Are you Brian Westhouse?
He looks like some kind of priest.
Yeah, very Temple of the Ancients. It actually had a really similar cinematography in FF7, didn't it? It's cool to think about cinematography in games. Burgeoning art form. And I think it's kind of dying, even. With so many games not having the pre-rendered backgrounds anymore. Giving a lot of control to the player. I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Aku star kayan paras. Inomalante kandra. Ton maris.
Dude, it comes up in fiction all the time, Game Saucer. Like when the author is struggling with getting the idea that like the characters understand when something's a proper noun. I've seen more than one author say, you could hear the capital letter. Okay, sure.
Who are you?
Ken esang maris ortona. Magigean pose ton. Sare alvoca im iriam tue ithium.
Where's Cortez?
Tutone eken. Tu ken vernilia fata tintu vermilian ton.
This is a constructed language for this game.
Where am I?
Sarkis tue. Tonan tu ken alvoch. E magican ian ton an asans. Aku tu fata. Se quandare. Ken estare. Ton.
Not the voice actor here. Hold on. Hopefully this doesn't have spoilers on IMDb. No, I don't think it's anybody I know. I'm just looking at the name list rather than looking at any of the characters. What if I just keep nodding? There's a down arrow. Listen.
Aku kandi. Good. Niranton alvoch. Sank al koda magic.
Oh, cool. I'm learning.
Salhe. Naven. All tongue. Av orta I beginning. Parasim tin you.
This is simulating me understanding it.
The knowledge. Aritua ya itue by generations e umani. Knowledge of all tongue.
This is pretty neat.
Now you have allowed the magic to enter your heart, and the knowledge of all tongue, ever present but dormant, to guide your ears and your tongue.
I understand you.
Yeah, right, sir.
You speak English? Why didn't you just tell me straight away?
No, child. I do not speak English. I speak Naven, all tongue, the common language of Arcadia.
Arcadia? Wait a second. How did I get here? What is this place, and who the hell are you?
Oh, my manners have abandoned me yet again. I'm afraid my preoccupation with ancient texts and the company of my fellow fathers have left me unequipped with the grace of social intercourse.
Meaning what?
That I have been rude. My name, dear child, is Tobias Grensret, and I am the Vestrum of the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance. We are the fathers.
Yeah, who the hell are you? Who says that?
Okay. I'm April. April Ryan.
I take it this is your first shift, your first passage through the divide?
I have no
Hi,
idea
Ben.
what you're talking about, but I guess this is my first shift. I just...
What can I do for you, Ben?
Then I will explain everything. Someone must.
What can
You
I
are
do for you,
without
Ben?
guidance,
Okay,
without a
bye.
mentor?
Apparently nothing.
Mentor? There's this guy Cortez. He assisted me, told me about magic and truth and dreams and portals. Crazy stuff. Well, it seemed crazy at the time, although now I don't...
Cortez? Ah, yes, Cortez. Very good, very good.
He has a really
Then come,
straightforward,
let us
not
proceed.
fantasy name, so I
Let
wonder
me
if most of
show
the
you
people in this
Marcuria,
universe
the grandest city of all
come from the
ages.
real world, so to speak. I like Marcuria. Whoa! Another FMV cutscene. That sweet, sweet 90s CG. Cool.
Explore Marcuria, April. See the sights, meet the people, and then, when you are ready, return to the temple. I will answer whatever questions you may have then.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I think the individual, like, pre-rendered backgrounds look better than the CG cutscenes. That's like the Bethesda effect, right? Bethesda's great at environments, terrible at people design. That P10's comic here. Jim? Your name's Jim. Oh yeah, it's Final Fantasy 11. It's real fucking fantasy there. Yeah, no shit, thanks a lot, asshole. Yeah, I don't know him. Early origins of Jim Dark Magic.
That's what passes for entertainment, and it's pretty darn good. My intuition tells me
Maps!
that he sells maps.
Maps, I got maps. Can I interest you in a map, miss? Top-notch, hand-drawn in quality ink by skilled sunwriters. Ain't no better in all the Northlands.
The Galka names in Final Fantasy 11 were much, much better. They were just like 2 words, you know? Rolling boulder, that kind of thing. That's what the Rogadin were called before Final Fantasy 14. They changed all the names for some dumb reason. Not sure.
How much are
Maps.
your maps?
That depends, miss. I got a very nice one here.
Yeah, P10. Those 2 names are Tycho all day, right?
Fresh from the quill of a sunwriter. Maps, get your maps here.
Aaron's.
Do you sell maps of the city?
Can't help you there, miss. The Guild of Tourism has monopoly on city maps. I can tell you're not from around here, or you'd know that. Got tons of maps of all the Northlands, though, from the city of Tyron to the Bay of Fire. Maps!
City of Tyron. Bay of Fire.
Where can I find the Guild of Tourism?
I'm excited about all of these proper nouns.
Sure, that makes sense. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Yes,
Yeah.
maps!
XX360 no scope. SSJ4. Goku Sephiroth. 420. Do you know Vestrum Tobias?
Vestrum Tobias.
Everyone knows Vestrum Tobias, girl. He's been an important part of this city for as long as I can remember.
What can you tell me about him?
The Vestrum is an honorable man, but a conservative
Yeah,
one.
shelves.
I don't know if he still has the best interests of the people at heart. Sometimes I think he worries too much about custom. The Sentinel have been our so-called protectors and keepers of the
Sentinel,
balance for so
balance.
long, we don't even think of it anymore. But now that the Vanguard are
Vanguard?
introducing a new way of thinking, new philosophies, I'm afraid the Sentinel will find their power diminish before too long. Their resistance to change will be their downfall. Mark my words, their downfall for certain. And Tobias, honorable man that he is, will be remembered as the captain who went down with his ship.
How do you get along with your
How do you
neighbor?
get along with your neighbors?
Let me tell you exposition dump.
Stay away from him, miss. He takes great joy in robbing people's purses. You can't beat him, not without magic. And he doesn't allow magic at his table.
How would he know if I did use magic?
Oh, he's got one of those blasted talismans. They're always digging up magical artifacts in Chagagriel, and they sell them to dogs like him for
Chagagriel? What the hell kind of a man?
Get a proper job, you son of a mole.
they had a really solid set of memorable names there, like, you know, Bay of Fire, Tourist Guild, and they throw a Chagagriel at us. Jeez. Chill out.
What do you know about Stark?
Land of wonders, strange customs, and machines.
Yeah, I guess what are the kids
Stark.
making for their dumb character names today?
I'd give my
Is it
right
like
leg.
XX,
My right leg
PewDiePie,
is you really need two sturdy legs to stand
Five
up
Nights
in
at
this
Freddy Got
position.
Fingered,
Yourself.
Slenderman, Minecraft,
Yes, a grand place indeed, free
you
of this
know,
blasted, chaotic,
Steve's
unpredictable
Butthole 420
magic.
XX. I'm just imagine the 420 has survived.
Machines built by
Sephiroth
man,
has died.
controlled by man, in servitude
That is a
to
fantasy
man.
as fuck name.
That's
Exactly,
the
sir.
future, isn't it? Yes, the Vanguard
Nice, you
may
could
be
vote.
a little unorthodox in their methods and teachings, but they're right about one thing. Stark and Arcadia belong together, not apart.
What is Kirito?
What's Arcadia like?
What can I say about a whole world, girl? It's a beautiful place for sure, but we're stuck in the past.
Yeah, that makes sense,
We don't
Ivan.
look ahead, not like our cousins in Stark. Magic is all well and good, but it won't bring our world into the modern age, and Arcadia is untamed. It's wild and unpredictable. Good for the map business, sure, but not so good for productivity and expansion.
Okay, good for the map business in that we have to keep making new maps and selling new maps to people.
Paradise.
Gotcha.
The Sentinel, for one,
Hey, Kevin.
prefer to keep it just the way it is. Me, I'd like to see some changes, and fast.
Thanks for your help.
Gotcha.
Maps.
No maps for me today.
Thanks for the lore dump, buddy. That was pretty
Fair
sweet.
enough, miss, but don't expect me to come running to your aid if you ever get
Already
lost
forgot the
in
name of your
woods
crazy
without
fantasy
my
town.
maps, you'll probably
Chigargrill?
end up a mole's dinner or worse. Maps.
Chigagriel. Let's talk to this guy over here.
That's a particularly sleazy-looking merchant. I wonder what he's selling.
It makes him look sleazy.
Want to test your skill and perception with a game of cups? There are prizes to be won.
Chigurgur. What can I win?
Well, there's coin, of course. Double your bet or choose from a wide variety of exotic prizes. Like this antique Domari canter from Guyenne. A superb replica of Mount Tyranny cast in pure solid iron. A magic walnut from the once glorious island kingdom of Anciel. And this, unique bird. Get me out of here!
Generic, actually pretty clever.
You scraggly piece of... And he talks! Great for feasts and for the amusement of infants. He's our top prize, a real keeper.
Yeah, not Tyranny. No, they've got a pretty good mix of good names. I'm guessing that the Chiragaga Churgleburgle isn't ever going to matter, so they're good to use their, you know, area names that don't matter in throwaway conversation.
Sorry, but I'm broke.
May the balance bring coin to your pocket, young lady, so that you may return to me and invest it in a game of cups.
No kidding.
Wonder if that's supposed to be anybody in particular, or just any old head.
It's an interesting question.
It's a talking bird.
Can I talk to the bird? Can't get any maps. Yeah, would agree.
The whole fountain's been carved in one piece from a granite-like material. Very impressive. Nice fountain. Nice fountain.
Oh, no worries. I didn't see it. Whoa! Wow. Wonder how much of this I'm gonna get to explore later. Voice actor for April had trouble with the name. It's funny.
Those guys must be part of the City Watch. They look a hell of a lot more intimidating than the Newport cops, despite the lack of an exoskeleton. Stout guardians of the city.
It's a cool,
Wooden, but
flavorful
stout.
throwaway line, right?
And that blue fire is way cool. This guy's selling musical instruments. Most of these I don't even recognize. But he's got a drum in there and what looks like half a guitar and a couple of dried rabbit carcasses. Ugh.
Those all go very well together.
I'm not in the market for an instrument at this particular moment. Still, good to know where to get one in case of a musical emergency.
Oh, bummer, Yukapo. No, Ben, don't rub your face on the microphone.
Those guys must be part of the City Watch. This lady's selling fresh fish. I've never seen fish like this before. But if it's wet and has fins, fish it is.
Okay, I can actually scroll out over the city gates.
This guy's selling lobsters, crabs, eels, and... What the hell is that purple thing? That is so not appetizing.
Don't knock it till you try it. Yeah, really tie the stand together.
Blue fire. It's either propane or magic. I'm guessing the latter.
Occam's razor. Blue flame. I don't think I can actually walk. I can go forward and that's about it. The way some of these characters dress, they just look
stance, I'd say he's a mariner pining for the sea.
the guy looked like he was wearing a bowling shirt here in Arcadia. So maybe normal people can come here as well. It's not just April and Cortez.
Pardon?
Isn't that how you sailors greet each other?
No.
What do you say then?
Usually, hello. And if it's sunny, nice day for it. We might even try a "How are you today" then, if we're feeling adventurous. But never, ever, ahoy.
This is valuable information.
Aye, matey, that it be.
Propanomancer. I'll tell you what.
Why aren't you out at sea?
Do you see the sail on that barge over there?
Yes.
Is it flapping?
What?
Is it flapping? Is the sail flapping in the wind?
No.
And why is that then?
Because it's not windy?
Exactly.
Well, can't you just use oars or something?
Oh, what an
Why don't they
excellent
just...
idea. Now, why didn't we think of that? Of course. Oars! By Jaw's stunted left arm, that's it.
Oh man,
Why
Jaw's
have we
stunted
been
left
moved
arm.
to the dock for a month with our merchandise dropping in value when we could have just rowed our way to Guyenne?
Why don't they just
Are
take
you
this poor guy?
sarcastic?
Sarcastic? Me? What in Jaw's name makes you think that?
How long's it been since the last wind?
Near a month. Ever since that accursed alchemist put some kind of spell on the wind. The Mojal be cursed if I know why. But it's a bloody catastrophe. I've sent some good people of mine up north to deal with him. But not one has returned. Now the A-Reed High Council speak of sending an entire army platoon to sort him out. But I'm afraid that just might piss him off.
Yes, Ben.
Who's this alchemist who cast a spell on the wind?
I believe his name is Clax.
Please don't unplug the microphone
Roper
this time.
Clax. Lives in a bloody rock somewhere up north, beyond Riverwood.
Thanks for the chat.
Aye.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of problems. Maybe I need to do some more stuff in the marketplace over back there. I feel like I haven't gotten any items out here.
The old man and the, ocean? Looks like a lifetime at sea has left its tracks on him.
You might want to consider waiting until you be out of earshot before you badmouth me.
I always thought that she was just thinking that to herself.
Hello, old man.
I got me no treasure, and I got me no map of no buried treasure. I just be an old sailor with no ship, so leave us be.
What have you got in that
What
chest?
have you got in that chest?
What chest?
The one you're sitting on.
The one you're sitting on.
Oh, that be no chest, girl. That be me stool. Aye, me stool, carved into the uncanny likeness of a chest.
But what's in it?
No priceless treasure, that be for sure. Nothing at all. It be empty.
No, really. What's in the chest?
Oh, live snakes. Aye, snakes that'll bite your face off before you have time to jump. Better leave them be, then.
I'm still curious about that chest.
Right. I be telling yous, curse the balance, girl. You never give up, do you? I be having no real treasure in here, like I told ye. But it be where I keep me personal articles and things I be picking up now and then on me travel.
So he's got his underpants in there.
And me bed, it's where I be keeping me bed before I be losing him. I be a stupid old man. He be my best friend. I ain't nobody else around to talk to, you see, on account of him being a talking bird.
What happened to your talking bird?
I be cheated out of him. Aye, that cups handler in the marketplace be cheating me in a full game of cups, and I be having to give me bird up to try to win me
Sounds
money
like a
back.
quest.
And what happened?
He be taking me bird when I be choosing the wrong cup. Aye, my best friend taken from me. Cursed be the balance. I be all lonesome now. The worst part is that me bird is now a prize.
I don't know, this game's about as silly as Monkey Island. It already has like 2 or 3 references to it.
Price and you win a prize of your choice, me poor bird.
It's like depressing,
What's your
windless
bird's name?
Fantasyland.
Bird.
Oh,
I better
I'd better get going.
Ah, yous young'uns all be always running round. Everything be so
Magic.
important. He's been having no time to sit down and take a breath. So go. Be not wasting your time here with me.
Magic. It's Dog the Dog. Sir George's
It's a
Royal Dog.
lighthouse. The blue fire's burning bright, a safe beacon for weary sailors, and a magnet for flowery prose.
Alright. Hey HDL, how you doing? I want to get back to the main docks. How does one do that?
It's a small ship.
I feel like I automatically warp to this place. Wait, there we go. Progress. Alright, let's go back to the markets and try to explore everything there. I think that there's an option in this game. Let me save my game really quick since I haven't done that in a while. I think there's an option to move more quickly through some of these areas that I just never turned on. Yeah. Allows escape button to speed up time and skip animations. So try not to skip important stuff. Wait. Oh yeah, that's a new zone now. Got it.
I feel like someone's stick.
That would be me. Okay, let's go back to the marketplace. What I don't know is if each of these stands is its own like zone, or what the deal is in this area. Yeah. There's a couple different stalls. This is the one we were in last time. You know, that guy has the other dude's bird. Is there just the one set of stalls, or are there multiples, you think? It's Bird the Bird.
Talking bird.
Do the classic adventure game thing of like slowly sweeping my mouse over everything. Make sure I'm not missing something. Also not sure if these different paths go to different parts of the city. Okay, it just goes to the same place. That'd be cool. I'm gonna try talking to him again. I don't know if I exhausted his dialogue last time.
Maps!
Bye.
Well, I guess I did.
Maps! Get your fresh maps here. Buy 2.
Does anyone in chat who's played this
One
before
price.
know what I should be doing in town? Have I done enough exploring that I can go back and talk to the priest and go home again? Or there's still stuff I should be doing here first?
How about a game of cups today?
Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Time is money, so make it quick.
What do you know about Vestrum Tobias?
Vestrum Tobias, eh? The High Priest of the Sentinel himself. Did you know they call themselves the Fathers? What a joke. When was the last time they did anything for us, the people?
The people.
They are only interested in sticking with their outdated customs and keeping their secrets under lock. I'm getting more and more inclined to listen to these new people, the Vanguard. Their ideas appeal to me. They may be radical, but we're past due for a change. Only thing I don't wholly approve of is their alliance with the Tyrant. Filthy, dangerous people. But the Vanguard seem to have them under control. So
No
I'm
worries.
not too
The
worried.
effects.
I wish they wouldn't allow them into the city.
Thanks.
Now, how about
He
a
doesn't seem
game
to
of
have anything new
cups?
there.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Suit yourself, but that attitude will never bring coin to your pocket.
Oh my goodness, Ben. You gotta calm down, buddy. Whoa, what are you doing, Ben? Hold on one sec, he's up to no good. Alright, we're back. We have another 10 minutes of the longest journey here before we switch to Phoenix Wright 2. gonna see if I can make some more progress in this area. Wait, that's different.
What the hell kind of animal is that?
Can I go interactive? Yeah, I've never played it before. It's really cool. This is my first time playthrough. My viewers Yukupo added this for Patreon subblock where we play games recommended by Patreon subscribers. So we played about 4 hours of it so far. This is my first time getting into this Arcadia fantasy area. I don't think there's actually anyone I can talk to there. Wait, okay, that just is the regular stalls. I'm gonna try going back into the temple and see if I can head back to the real world. Or he'll at least give me some direction on what to do next.
Excuse me, Vestrum Tobias?
Tobias. Just call me Tobias, please. I require no ceremony from a distinguished guest such as yourself. Did you enjoy the sights?
I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. Walking around out there, seeing with my own two eyes things that can't possibly exist.
Sorry, I'm playing this in a virtual machine that keeps happening for some reason.
I kept thinking, it's all a dream. I'll wake up at any moment now and everything will return to normal. But then I realized, I'm still here. It's
Cutscenes
real.
don't work
I can
otherwise.
touch it. I can smell it. And you know what? It doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense here. Magic, alien creatures, parallel worlds. I don't believe in those things. I don't believe in fairy tales.
I mean, what do you think is going on here?
In your world, in Stark, there is no room for magic. That is and always has been the curse of science, the fallibility of logic and order.
Interesting. I didn't realize that's what they meant by Stark earlier.
Imagination. If it does not fit into the narrow perception of the laws of nature that your world adheres to, it's a fairy tale. But then, magic has its downsides too. It's unpredictable. It invites chaos. It puts the balance in peril in a way that science alone never could.
Interesting.
I keep hearing about the balance and about Stark and Arcadia and... This is probably going to sound strange to you, but I'm clueless. I have no idea what this place is or what I'm doing here or... All I know is that something strange is happening in my world, I guess. I had dreams, and the dreams felt so real, and then things started happening in real life too. Things that couldn't happen, and
I think I will begin at the very beginning. I believe that is why you were sent here, to learn, to understand, to see for yourself. Like you said, you cannot believe in this place.
Lore dump,
Well,
hopefully.
You will. After you have learned the truth, you will. Come with me, and I will tell you the story of Earth as your books never have. And when your eyes and ears are open to the truth, perhaps your mind will follow. We can only hope. Come.
Yes. Lore! Lore! I really dig lore.
This is the true story of the balance, as observed by the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance, the Fathers. The Sentinel Minstrom committed this story to the pages of the scriptures, and to these temple walls, thousands of years ago, so that coming generations could learn and understand their past and their future. The wall paintings we are looking at became known as the murals of the balance, and it is through these images that I will recount our common history to you, April Ryan. The story begins and ends here, with this mural. Ages ago and in ages to come, the Earth was one, and magic and science existed side by side in nature and in all people.
Where is it going to be, Leon?
There was balance, and there was harmony.
You're saying there was just one world then?
One world, one
Stark
Earth.
and Arcadia.
Magic
Interesting.
and science in balance with each other, within each and every living creature. The power to make the stars dance and to create life itself was within our grasp. But then, humankind began to exploit this divine power of two, and they saw fit to use it for their own selfish purposes. The balance of the cosmos was in peril.
Philly in November. Huh.
Unless
Why
something
Philly?
was done,
Is it going to be a traveling
unless
show?
man was
Different location
humbled
every year?
and learned to fear the power he wrought over cosmos, the twilight of chaos would fall upon Earth. It had happened before, in distant times and on distant
Really cool
worlds,
art in that mural.
and it would happen again. And every man, woman, and child of every people and every race would be devoured by the coming apocalypse. We were given a visitation then. The drag kin, having lived among us for untold generations, rose to offer their guidance and assistance
Dragon
in preserving
people,
the balance
presumably?
on our world.
Yeah, I'm coming. Who are these monks? Mages? Wizards?
The Drag? I think I've heard that name before.
Dragkin, Draken, Dragons, whichever name they go by.
Dragons called
they
it.
remain the eternal servants and custodians of the balance.
That's cool.
There were 4 of them here on Earth, and of the 4, one who would found the order of the balance, the Sentinel. The first Minstrum were instructed that magic and science would have to be separated before the balance collapsed and brought untold disaster. Earth would have to be split in 2 equal parts. Arcadia and Stark, magic and science, chaos and order. The first Sentinel were counted 13, 6 scientists, 6 magicians, and one who was between, the Dragkin, our mentor, our custodian, our learned guide. Both magic and science were needed to perform this most difficult of tasks. To split a world in 2, to create...
I can see having a world without magic. I don't know how you have a world without science, though. Maybe
Wasn't
they
the
use
use of that
magic for
kind
all
of
those
power
things.
dangerous to the balance?
Yes, and so for this purpose, they built a tower to channel their powers and focus them on the divide that they would create. The kin had brought a disc with them, a disc forged in the fire of their world. Placed at the base of the tower and the epicenter of the divide, the disc and the tower would become one, a conduit for the flow of magic and science.
The flow of magic and
At
science.
the appointed hour, the 13 came to the tower, and with them a woman whose destiny was decided by the purpose to which she had been born.
Ooh, is that me? Is that me?
She would be the first guardian, the human protector of the balance, who would stay in the tower for 1,000 years to watch over.
It's really cool lore so far,
and
Valley.
to ensure that the flows of
I like the
magic
split
and science
between
were
the 2 different
always
worlds that
equal.
we've seen.
And so the ritual.
The writing
began.
is really on point as well. Well written and really well voice acted for
One
1999,
world
right?
was to become 2, separated by the balance, and each world visible to the other only by way of dreams. Who was ushered into which world was not an arbitrary choice, nor one taken lightly. For the magical creatures, the choice was simple. They had to go to Arcadia. Their kind would not survive in Stark. But for others, families were torn apart, lovers separated, and friends lost for all eternity.
Interesting.
Encircled by the 12 and the one who would be guardian, the disc at the base of the tower began to spin faster and faster as more and more power flowed through it, until it was a blur. Darkness enveloped the tower, but the disc glowed brighter and brighter. Reality turned, and in one moment, a new reality had been created and 2 new worlds born. In the tower there was silence. The original disc had disappeared, and in its place was a smaller counterpart, a similar yet different disc. Around and outside the tower, the world looked different. They were now between Stark and Arcadia, between reality and dream. This was the realm of the balance and
Yeah,
of
I
the
agree,
Guardian,
sir.
and it would be her home for the next 1,000 years. The one who is
Well, it's an interesting writing challenge, right? I like the idea that you just have as an idea, what if there was a universe that there were two worlds and they were opposed based on science versus magic? That's a really neat idea. But then you have to think really hard, what does it mean to not have science in a world? Like, what does that imply? Does that mean we can't have sailboats?
And the one who was kin continued.
What is the actual implication
Know
here?
only this. The Guardian's realm cannot be broken unless the disc is broken.
You wrestle with that in a lot of
Nor
fiction
can
in
it
that
be
style.
repaired
Like,
without the
why don't
disc
the
being repaired?
wizards
Pieces, that is the key,
in
will
the
be
Harry
given
Potter
to the
series
six
use a
of
lot
you
of
who are to be
technology?
taken
Right?
to Arcadia for safety.
Why don't they just...
Yet the key will never be complete, he went on. Without the precious stones that adorn each piece, I will keep one, and
Shells.
my fellow kin
Right,
the
sir.
3 others. Should the day come when this realm must be repaired, or the worlds reunited, and that day will come, you will assemble the disc, and the kin will come together one last time. With that, 6 of the 13 went to Arcadia, and 6 to Stark, and the one who would be Guardian ascended to the throne. Witness the mural, where her dreams and hopes, her very soul, were locked away in the disc.
Interesting.
In service of the balance, these traits were nothing but barriers. Through new eyes, the imbalance between the worlds was as clear as the stars themselves to the Guardian. And with one thought, she channeled chaos from Arcadia and logic from Stark into the disc.
Right,
and
sir.
redistributed the power.
It's just a challenge of writing, I think.
A new era had begun.
You can always just not address
The
it.
era of the Guardian. After they left the tower, 2 of the Drakkin went to Stark, the other 2 to Arcadia. The 6 who came to each world started what is now known as the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance. But while in Arcadia the Sentinel thrived, in Stark they did not. In Stark, the memories of magic and the balance could not survive in the face of the new reality of natural laws, of logic, and of science. And soon, very soon, Arcadia became nothing more than legend.
That's cool. So they're implying this is
Fairies to recount to
the origin of all that
and
stuff in the real
stories to
world.
frighten and entertain around
That can
the
always
fair.
be fun, right?
And while dreams still brought sights and sounds of Arcadia to those asleep, they were discounted as mere dreams and nothing more.
That's clever too.
So that's it?
Okay, so that explains why there are the weird, like, fantasy elf Hansel and Gretel people recalling this story about her.
And why does magic from Arcadia seem to have begun
Okay.
leaking through to
The beginning of the
Stark?
game is making more sense now.
That is another long story. But I can tell that you are tired of stories, and so I shall be brief. As I told you, while in Arcadia, the Sentinel grew in numbers and in strength. In Stark, while flourishing for a brief time, they were soon diminished and powerless. Some of the Stark Sentinel did not take kindly to this, and they berated the Arcadian Sentinel for their politics and teachings. The Stark Sentinel wanted people to work towards reunification, while their brothers did not. So the inevitable soon came to pass, and the Stark Sentinel
Okay, that's the
parted ways
Vanguard,
with their
gotcha.
Arcadian brothers, and named themselves the Vanguard. And while at first their philosophy was not so different from ours, over the years it changed radically. The Vanguard wanted the divide torn down, the worlds reunited, and the return to what they called the Glorious Ages, when humankind could control the forces of cosmos. But first they needed their own servant in charge of the balance, their own guardian. Now, every 1,000 years, a new guardian took the place of the old one, because no one can be separated from their souls for any longer than 1,000 years.
Okay.
Every
So
1,000
my
years,
April's here?
a new guardian was born. The balance provided the seed from which a new fruit grew. But now, it has been 200 years since the previous guardian, the 12th Guardian was to be replaced. Every new child born
The
to the balance
Flood
has been
game
taken
saucer?
away by the Vanguard to be studied in an attempt to control them. In every instance so far, they have failed. But the 12th Guardian could wait no longer. Only
Yeah,
a
flood
short
myth.
time ago, the disc in the
There was
tower
probably
shattered,
some
and the Guardian
major
left his throne.
flood in
The balance is
Mesopotamia.
now untended, and we have yet to find a new Guardian. Unless we do so, the Vanguard may get
Of
their
dragons,
chance.
sure.
And they may be able to place their own puppet on the throne to rule the balance according to their principles. And this we cannot allow. It will mean the end of Stark and Arcadia, and the dawn of an era of chaos. Now do you see?
I understand the history. I can even accept it. But I don't understand why I'm here and what Cortez wants.
Pretty wildly different interpretations of what dragons are, though, right? Like, how much of that do we think is Europeans seeing something and saying, "Oh, that's like our dragons," and using the same word to describe it? You know,
reinstated to protect the balance until a new Guardian may be found.
I think it's a coincidence.
What
I
can
think
I do?
humans have pretty active imaginations. We'd be like, "Oh, that's a lizard. I can imagine a really big lizard that has wings like a
You are
bird."
a strong shifter. I have not seen your like in my lifetime.
Shifter, and somebody can travel between worlds, presumably.
Someone capable of opening doors between worlds.
Cool.
A shift, a portal between the realms.
Well, actually, Cortez did that, but I was able to walk through the portal.
Are you kidding?
Okay.
I didn't do anything.
Writes the
Cortez
shit
was the
now.
one who opened the
It's well done.
shift,
This
and
is the natural
just
thing to
waved
say,
his
and
hands
April's a
around in
smart
the air.
protagonist.
I don't think
I
I'm
appreciate
capable of
that.
opening a portal, even
She's
if
a
I had
savvy
magic.
protagonist.
Only a shifter's own power can allow her to travel. No one else can do this for her. Cortez only channeled your power to aid you. He would not be able to step through the shift himself.
Even if that's true, I don't have any control over my talent.
Not yet. But in time you will. How else do you intend to travel back to your world?
She's like, I didn't really consider that. I was kind of hoping Cortez would
I
pop
hadn't
through.
even thought about that.
Look at that. See, it's really well written. She says whatever the natural, logical thing is to say. It's so frustrating in video games when the protagonist is like on this totally different cloud from you, the player.
So
And you're like, oh
I'm
my
on
god,
own?
catch up, characters.
If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. But aside from that, yes. Yes, you are.
This is the kind of game that we're never going to proc that exclamation point OMG command in, because
No, it has been on.
we've got a savvy player
If you don't
character.
mind, I will return to my studies now. Thank you for listening to an old man and his long stories.
No, thank you. It's starting to make a little bit of sense now.
That is good news. Come see me again if you have any more questions.
That was really cool. That was like the lore dump of lore dumps of lore dumps. That might be like one of the most intense lore dumps I've seen in a game. Because it was about 10 minutes long, right? We ran about almost 10 minutes over there because of the length. That was really cool. I like using the murals to tell the story and follow them through. Alright, so we're going to take a short break to switch to the last game for today, which is Phoenix Wright 2, Justice for All. The Longest Journey will return if Yukipo chooses to keep it on his Patreon subblock. If not, it could always end up showing up on the voting spreadsheet, and we can play through the rest of it in that way. But I am really digging this game so far. Really cool writing, really cool story, great voice acting and presentation, and it's pretty amazing for a game made in 1999. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks again for sharing Yukipo, and thanks to everyone for Patreon subblock today. See you soon.